Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to K2O Fun News. I'm your host, Vedant Kaur, and today we'll be talking about how Aldi can increase its millennial market by talking with some of the executives from Waukegan-Incorporated. Let's get this night started. So first we're going to talk to Miss Lexi Young, who's one of the executives at Waukegan-Incorporated, and she's going to give us some more information about the current shopping trends and what kind of social media the current millennials are using. Welcome to the show, Miss Young.
Millennials use an average of 17 hours of social media a day. They are the largest age group in the user segment on social media. Their most used apps include Instagram and Snapchat.
Well, that's great, Miss Young. Do you think you could tell us a bit more about how the current millennials are shopping, like their shopping trends, for example?
Yes, actually millennials are seen to be more cost conscious when shopping, and they're even seen to prefer more frequent and spontaneous trips to the grocery store compared to other generations. Outside of their shopping habits, they prefer to go to corporate companies that are more ethically conscious. They want to see a company that gives back. Typically, when they see companies that give back in terms of ethics, they like to shop there.
Thank you so much, Miss Young. Now, given the research, Aldi's current millennial customer tends to be between the ages of 18 and 24. Now, this particular individual tends to go on Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram daily, and usually looks at cost savings when it comes to shopping, and usually makes frequent stops, like small stops, when they go shopping. Now, next we're going to be talking to Mr. Logan Cart, who's another executive at Waukegan Incorporated, who's going to talk to us about what are some of the initial steps that Aldi can take to increase its social media presence. Welcome to the show, Mr. Cart.
Thanks, Vedant. Aldi should become more active on social media as a whole.
And do you think by having this active social media presence, will there be an effect on Aldi's consumer market by any chance, Mr. Cart?
Well, by having an active social media presence, Aldi can increase its likelihood that a customer will make a purchase by about 51%.
And right now we're going to turn and talk to Mr. Eli Sang, who's another executive from Waukegan Incorporated, and he'll be talking to us about how Aldi can cater to these millennial investments through the means of ethical corporate practices. Welcome to the show, Mr. Sang.
Thanks, Vedant. So Aldi can use social media to improve its millennial brand engagement. They can do this by showing their commitment to ethical corporate practices and also community development.
Thank you so much, Mr. Sang. Now, it really seems that Aldi is just a few steps away from improving its outreach to millennials. Next, we're going to talk to the Chief Social Media Analyst from Waukegan Incorporated, Mr. Baltazar Ruiz, and he'll be talking to us how Aldi can alter their social media communication strategies. Welcome to the show, Mr. Ruiz.
Thank you, Vedant. When posting on social media, Aldi should focus more on incorporating and emphasizing its low cost. This is important because providing low cost and high quality groceries is Aldi's competitive strategy. Additionally, this attracts millennials since they are cost conscious shoppers.
And how do you think Aldi can branch out? How do you think they can expand their social media strategies by any chance? Is there some new tactics that you think they would need?
Aldi should also expand their social media presence on Snapchat so they can start advertising their goods and services on Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook.
Thank you so much, Mr. Ruiz. Now, in order for Aldi to have this greater social media presence, they really need to hire a social media director and a marketer. Now, on call with us, we have the Chief Financial Officer from Waukegan Consulting Incorporated, who will be talking to us about some of the cost analysis that could come with this new program. Mr. Gavin Kester, welcome to the show.
Hey, Vedant, thank you for having me. I have a few statistics for you. The director salaries average $71,114 a year, and marketer salaries average $45,260 a year. Furthermore, advertisements on Snapchat cost $50,000 a story, while advertisements on Instagram cost $6.70 per every 1,000 views. And advertisements on Facebook cost 27 cents each time the ad is clicked on the right-hand side of the page. Thank you.
Mr. Kester, thank you for joining us. And now we actually want to take an interesting look from a student perspective. We have Miss Annabelle, who's here, and she is a business student, a millennial, and a current social media intern working at Waukegan Consulting Corporation. and she's going to be giving us some more feedback on where her personal take is on this. Welcome to the show, Miss Anna.
Thanks, Vedant. Aldi should more visibly link its app on all of its social media platforms. This will encourage visitors to download the app.
And how do you think this will affect millennial shopping at Aldi?
While we broadly think that this will encourage all users to visit an Aldi location, millennials are unique in their grocery shopping patterns in that they are spontaneous and frequent grocery shoppers. Therefore, we think this particular feature will have the biggest impact on millennial shopping patterns at Aldi.
Thank you so much, Ms. Bull. Well, that brings us to the end of today's K2O Fun News Hour with Waukegan Incorporated, our special guest. Next week, we'll be talking about how Macy's can attract more customers into their stores. Until then, I'm Vedant Carr, and have a very great night.